What's going on, YouTube? Back in the garage with another episode of DIY Garage. It's probably like episode 6 or something. I don't know. For those of you who kind of are afraid to work on your car, you don't have a lot of mechanical knowledge. I was once in that same boat. I barely knew how to do an oil change, and there's plenty of YouTube videos out there. I have a Honda book that shows you a breakdown of how to like take everything apart in the car. So a lot of the projects that I've done, I've consulted that book, and there was a way. It wasn't an exact like 2015 Civic Si Coupe, but it was close enough to where I could figure out how to take things apart. And I'd say 90% of everything done on this car I did. And if you asked me years ago if I ever saw myself coming this far, no way, just no way. But we got through it. So let's talk about what we're doing today. We're doing the IMT Aftercooler. We need a cooling solution for the supercharger because I've been running the supercharger for a couple years now. Tuned by Derek Robinson, e-tuned, and so far so good. Like everything on this has been perfect. It's been a blast to ride. This car is like, it feels like stock. No problems at all. We're running the PRL short ram intake, supercharger, no cooling solution. So 550cc injectors. We have 1000cc injectors we're installing. They're plug and play. It couldn't be any easier. These are female, and these are I believe they're male. It's male and a female hookup. I don't remember which is which, but you plug them in and then you push them in. Simple as that. 1000cc. So let's talk about where we're at today. You're going to encounter problems, and don't worry, there's a solution. And if you think about it long enough, you'll figure it out. Trust me. I'm nobody special. So we're at the water pump. This water pump sits really high here. So I drilled a hole for it. And then, like, lining it up here without actually installing it, it looked like it would fit. And then all of a sudden, I end up getting it to close, to actually clamp. And it sat way up there. Like, this is super snug. So let me just talk quickly about my problems that I had. I installed the horn down here using this bracket. There's a spring pin in back of here that lines up with the stock hole. It's kind of like that. And this piece, I don't know what the hell this is. I could not figure this out, but I took that off from here, and it doesn't line up with this bracket in place, this aluminum block. So this doesn't weigh anything. It's very lightweight, so I'm just gonna zip tie that. Either that, or I could sand the bottom of this bracket. I don't feel like doing that, so I'm just gonna zip tie this in place. Like, this is literally weighs like probably like an ounce, so it's not like there's any heavy weight on it. Let's see. We got the holes run here to the front mount aftercooler. We'll go up top. So we are here. We have the front mount aftercooler installed. This is the IMT one. It locks on to the lip here, and there's a lip on the bottom it locks on. So we have the hose run. Both of these hoses come out here. There's a reducer, brings it down to 5/8, so we can go to the actual heat exchanger that goes underneath the blower. This is 3/4 inch. It will go to the reservoir here. The reservoir mounts right there, that bolt that you can see. And then there's another one underneath the filter right there. You can kind of see it. So those two bolts here and here will mount there. This is going to go away. Skunk 2 cold air intake is going to go there. Battery had to be relocated, and that is the first of our problems. As you can see, there's a bolt there, but there is this cable and that zip tie looking thing that clips in. That's gotta go. So we gotta undo all this, cut that, see if we can get a little slack so we can go down around to the bottom or something. That's not really the big problem. The big problem is this. So this rubber hose, I believe, is a brake line. Looks like a brake line to me. Comes up through here. This is not a problem. This is metal, and this doesn't have any give. I mean, that's obviously mounted there, but you can't move that. So to get around the battery, we need to make this rubber brake line a lot longer so it can go around the battery. The battery is 9¼ inches long, and 9¼ inches is right around here. And obviously that's not going to work. So once we get past that, everything else looks pretty straightforward, like super easy. So that's where we're at so far. I had a lot of lights installed in here. I have underglow on the side, on the front. The wheels have rings, light rings, and then the engine had lights, like under here and pretty much everywhere in this engine. It looks really cool. Definitely looks nice, but there's wires everywhere. This is what's left over from the wires. But this rat's nest here, this came out earlier today because you just can't work on this car and do all this stuff with just wires everywhere. And I managed them fairly well. Everything was zip tied, tucked underneath. You know, any little crevice I could find, I tucked the wires, but it just is a lot. So that's where we're at. I'm thinking we'll do, this is a 2.95 inch pulley. That's gonna go here. Hopefully I don't need another belt size. This is a 3.6 inch pulley, I think. But we'll see. I think that's about it for now. Once I get everything installed, I'll do a part 2 of this. But I've been reading the instructions for this, and it's pretty straightforward. Nothing looks too crazy. So until next time, here's the stock battery. It's crazy. Like, you see stock stuff on cars, and you see aftermarket stuff. It's just like so much more like simplified. Like, the stock stuff is like, what the hell is this thing? So yeah, once this is done, I'll update with a part 2 and let you know where I'm at. So until next time, guys, peace.